Hey everyone, welcome to Family Guidelines. Today we are going to discuss very emotional story. Pregnant surrogate runs off with families. Baby when pregnancy takes a turn and they ask to abort. The pregnancy was going without a hitch until Crystal's 21-week anatomy scan. Modern science can give those who are unable to procreate on their own the gift of parenthood. They just needed to find a surrogate. But things can go wrong during this process, leading to uncharted legal territory. In Crystal Kelly's case, she had to flee across the US with the unborn child, where the law recognized her as a baby mother in order to prevent the baby from being aborted. A New York family who already had 3 children hired the Connecticut's residents to carry and give birth to their 4th child. The then 21-year-old plan used the surrogacy fee of $22,000 to pay the bills and help her raise her 2 daughters. Kelly was matched with the family through a surrogacy agency. They offered to come and meet me near my home. Kelly told people, "It was very nice when we met. I really liked them." She became pregnant after she had 2 frozen embryos from the family implanted in her. The family had their 3 children through in vitro fertilization and had the 2 embryos left over. She was very emotional as she talked about how they only had 2 embryos left and they were reached the end of their 5-year story time and they had to make the decision very soon whether they were going to keep them or get rid of them, Kelly explained. The pregnancy was off to a good start, as was Kelly's relationship with the family, but that changed when Kelly went to her 21-week anatomy scan. Kelly was tipped off that something might be wrong by the look of the technician's face. Then the baby's biological mother started sending her alarming texts. She kept saying, "There is something wrong with the baby. There is something wrong with the baby. What are we going to do?" Kelly told CNN. She was frantic. The scan showed that the baby girl had a cleft palate and a cyst on her brain, her defects, and could have Down syndrome. But the family allegedly was not interested in raising a child that would have a significant disability and would require several surgeries just to survive. So they requested an abortion. Their original contract stated that the family could request an abortion at any time for any reason, but Kelly refused and wanted the clause taken out. They settled on a clause that would allow abortion only if there was a severe fetal abnormality. Doctors told Kelly the baby would be able to survive the pregnancy but probably only have a 25% chance of living a normal life. The parents said that their 3 children were all born prematurely and 2 of them spent months in the hospital and still had medical problems. They felt the more human solution was to abort. They offered Kelly $10,000 to abort the pregnancy. Kelly asked for $15,000. Negotiations fell apart after that. The parents said they would give the birth up, and that means that the child would be put into foster care. At this point, Kelly decided that he wanted to give the child a chance at life but did not want the baby to get lost in the system. She also did not want to be a mother to the child. Her finances and existing children would make that impossible, but she was determined to find an adoptive family that could care for the child. The family's lawyers later told her she was in breach of contract and that she could be sued for $8,000 plus medical expenses and legal fees. Kelly got a lawyer of her own and fled to Michigan. Michigan recognizes the person who gives birth as the child's mother. Kelly's lawyer told ABC News, "In cases where everyone's in agreement, you can get a percentage out of the court with agreement of all parties." In the end, the child was born with her defects. Cleft palate, hollow prosencephaly, and without hearing in her right ear, which was deformed. She was had to undergo several risky procedures. Even with that, she may still be at risk of early death due to her holoprocephaly. She is still a happy little girl who is going to bring joy into the lives of everyone who knows her, Kelly said. Kelly was able to find adoptive parents for the babies and say he will always fight for her. "I will always be there for you. I will never give up on you," she wrote on her blog. Thanks for watching Family Guidelines and be sure to subscribe for more content.